Good evening. Welcome to the John Serosa Homestead. We've been cutting up some of the rabbits and letting the others air dry. We're going to vacuum seal some of them whole and some of them cut up. So Samantha started cutting this one up, and this is the other ones that we've already cut up. So Samantha's going to show us how to cut the back legs, and then we'll do the front legs and the rest of it.
Alright, so I've already cut this one off, but what you want to do is kind of like open up the thighs, flip it back over, go around this thigh right here, keep your knife close to the spine, and then I switch hands, but I just let the weight of the rabbit do the rest of the work. Come on down around that bone there, and then that's that leg. And I come up here to the front legs, do the same thing, kind of wing them out here. And I like to go right here where the rib is, right up under this shoulder. So I want to get as much meat as I can. And I'm going to cut all that all the way up around, all the way up to the side of the neck here. Because we don't typically keep the whole carcass. We usually just grind it up for dog food. I don't cook a lot of soups and stuff. If I do, I use my chickens. I don't really use my rabbit, so I try to get some of that neck meat off with that front leg portion. So I go to the other side right here. Come on up under there, up that neck right there, comes right off. And we'll wash some of that excess blood that might be on there from the neck. We'll wash that off before we package it. But see how I try to get as much rib meat, some of that neck meat off. And then you have this. You have the saddle part left. We'll break this tailbone even more, get it off. Which sometimes is a little hard for me. Kenneth's stronger than I am. But there we go. Popped it. And then I use my scissors. Come right over there where I just there we go. That goes into the pile with the dog food. Alright, so what we want to keep now is the saddle part. So I break it right there, that joint right up above between the ribs and where the saddle starts. There's a joint right in there that you can break. Tricky part is you can get your knife in there, but you're going to run into some ribs right here. So I typically just stop right there, turn my knife over, come to this side, stop when I get to the rib, figure out how much of this. You don't always have to keep this. Some people like to keep it. It's just that what's this called again?
It's called the belly flap, and it's a little bit chewier, so a lot of people will make jerky out of it.
Yeah.
It's good to eat. It's just a little bit chewier than the rest of the rabbit. So some people won't eat it at all. Some people will use it for jerky, and then some people will cut it up, and like a lot of times what we'll do is we'll make taco meat or barbecue style rabbit. So we'll shred it up anyway, and we just mix all of it in.
Yeah. So you see where I went to both sides with my knife, but I still got this belly meat. So then that last little rib right here, I can feel it with my finger. I'll take my knife in between there. And I can go all the way up and just cut through, or I can come up above the rib and take the rest of that belly meat all the way up off that rib cage. And I got more of that. I didn't waste any of it, but I don't really care to keep it, but I just wanted to show you that you can keep it. But so I'll just come back on this side and I'll just go straight up. Well, there we go, just like that. And then that's your saddle, your loin right there. Clean it up a little bit before we and wash it off before we package it, but that's it. But like I said, I don't usually keep this stuff, but some people like it. We thought about cutting it off and dehydrating it. See how that would do for jerky. Then all you got left is the little bit of the neck and the rib, and we'll grind that up for the dog meat.
So that is it. All that we're going to do now is we'll vacuum seal these whole, and we'll portion these out. Usually I'll put like 4. I'll put 2 back legs and 2 front legs into a package and vacuum seal it. The loin parts, we usually put like 4 in it. I forgot we had one more, so she's going to actually walk through the whole process again and maybe do a little bit quicker. So she won't talk this time. She'll just do the cutting, and maybe I'll talk us through some of it. But like we said, she just bends it back, pops those joints out, and then you can follow that crease right there and let the weight of the rabbit do all of the work as much as you can.
It's a little slippery.
And just pop it out like that. The back legs, you can look at them just like a chicken leg. You can cook it any way that you cook a chicken leg. Doesn't have any skin on it, that's the only thing, so you may have to cook it a little bit slower. But however you prepare a chicken, you can prepare a rabbit just like it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, she just follows that seam. Sometimes that one bone's a little bit tricky, and that's what she's working on now. If you
Yeah.
don't get it just right.
There we go.
The carcass that we leave, the rib bone and all of that, you can make that into bone broth if you want to. Or you can use it for dog food. Seems like raw dog food diets are becoming popular. They say it's a lot better than the pre-packaged dry food, so a lot of people are going to that. Front legs are a lot easier to cut off than the back legs, and again, she's trying to get as much of that meat as she can without wasting. So now she'll break the tailbone off. And you can either break it or use the scissors and cut it off. I normally just break it off, but a lot of times she'll have to use the scissors.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't done that many rabbits. We've probably done, what, 50 rabbits total in 2 years as far as cutting them up. Now we butchered more than that and vacuum sealed them whole, but cutting up we've probably done maybe 50. So we're definitely not professionals at it.
Nope.
But these are rabbits that we're going to be eating, so we don't care. It's all going to taste the same, whether it's cut perfectly or it's got a little bit of mishap. I do want to get a dehydrator and make some jerky out of those saddles.
See, that one came
Yep.
pretty good. I didn't keep as much on this side, but typically what we want to do, show you, is like if we were like a commercial business, of course we would be a little bit more professional about it. But there's certain pieces we know we don't like, so like this one. I just left that on there because I don't care for it. But pretty much keeping what we want and trying to do it as quick as we can. And so we're just doing this to show you that anybody can do it. You know, if we can do it, you can do it.
And the thing about it is, you got to try. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. And if you mess up on something, you keep that and you eat it. And the others, if you want to give them to family or friends, you can. But the messed up parts, you keep yourself. So I'll show you some of the ones that we've already vacuum sealed as far as the whole ones. And this is the finished product. So these are 4 that we've already done. And we'll do the rest in a little bit. So they're vacuum sealed. I put the label on them. I wrote rabbit on it and then put the weight. And that's it. So we've got our vacuum sealer. Eventually I want to invest in a chamber vac, which is a little bit better than these, but right now this one's doing the job. And then we have our scale to weigh everything. So that's it. She's got her gloves on. She's sexy and she knows it,
Yeah.
but a little bit dirty from blood and stuff.
Not too dirty because I got my good clothes on.
Yeah.
And my good shoes.
But this is our basement setup, and on the first video I was making an announcement that we're hoping to have a enclosed facility. We got a building that's going to be coming hopefully by the end of the month, and then it's going to be set up, waterproofed, all of that good stuff, and hopefully be FDA inspected, which means we'll be able to process legally and legally sell anywhere in the United States, and we'll also be able to offer processing of rabbit and quail for other people. So that's our goal by the end of the year, is to have everything set up, maybe not operating, but at least have everything set up and start the inspection process. So we're going to finish up, call it a night. Hope y'all have a blessed evening. Y'all take care, and if you like the video, click that button, follow us on Facebook, all that good stuff. Y'all take care. Have a blessed evening.